Shalom. First I want to give all praise, glory and honor to Yahawah Ba'Shem Yahushai. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that rule well. Salutations to the Akim who are teaching the word in sincerity and truth. And blessings to the elect and the one-third of Israelites scattered worldwide. Well, the remnant of Israelites scattered worldwide who are predestined to be saved. You know? I just want to land back on the last video I did. Because I talked about herbs. You know, and things that will help you, with your infirmities, because, Deuteronomy 28:61, all right, one of the curses the Lord put on us is sicknesses, but also being in this God forsaken, and that's the right word, man, this God forsaken land, all right, and the Lord has forsook this land, man, because this land has not established his laws, statutes and commandments. All right, that was our job to do that, man, and we failed miserably. Okay, so we're bearing the punishment. So one of the things is sicknesses and stuff, but like the Bible says, Ezekiel, all right, it won't be that long. Ezekiel chapter Ezekiel chapter 4, and we go to chapter 4 verse 13. A lot of the foods that we're eating is defiled because of the chemicals and the pesticides, things like that, etc. So we have to try to put things in our body that will help us. Ezekiel 4:13, and the Lord said, even thus the children of Israel shall eat their defiled bread among the Gentiles, whether I will drive them. So wherever we are in the world, we're eating defiled bread. But if we're in the West, if we're in any land where the Edomites are, oh my gosh, that food is going to be heavily defiled, man. All right, because the earth was given into the hands of the wicked. So we're finding out about all this defiled food that we're eating. And one of the things that can help you if you've got arthritis and stuff, and I said it on the last video I did, but it was a longer video, going into scriptures about herbs and healing. But I just want to do a short video to land back that this is an excellent supplement that you Israelites should take if you have things like back problems, joints, arthritis, and it's all natural herbs, man. All right, and the first bottle, so it's called Heal and Soothe. You can go on their website. This is their website, and the first bottle you can get for free. So all you do is just pay for the shipping. All right, and you do that and you try the bottle. It's got 90 capsules in there, so 45 days worth. And if you take it right, all right, really it's supposed to be, I take it an hour after I've just eaten my evening meal, and you take the recommended dosage. After a couple of weeks, like I said, I had a vascular necrosis in the knee, and it bone was rubbing on bone, and this helped me. I've had an operation now, so I've got what's it called, knee replacement, because I've got sickle cell anemia. But this is excellent, man. All right, and it goes into it. There's testimonials and everything, man. And it's got turmeric extract, all right, which is very good. All the things that it has, and it's all herbal, it's all natural, and it doesn't do it. There's no real even side effects. It's so why not try it, man? A brother that I look at him as an elder, because he's been in the truth much longer than me, and schooled me. He actually helps me with this, man. Because he had a problem with that. So please get it as well. But also I want to touch on, because in the kingdom things are going to be re-established the way the Lord has meant it. And one of the things about, your diet and stuff like that is to eat more fruit and veg and stuff like that, drink plenty of water and so forth. I had to go to the shop just around the corner. Oh my gosh, it wasn't easy, man. You know, I was on. I had the crutches on me because I can't walk at the moment, but it was hard to hold the bag and stuff like that. But the Lord got me through. And I made sure when I bought, the stuff that I bought, was fruits and vegetables, man. All right, because that's what we need. And you have to understand that the earth is defiled, man. As the scripture says, because of the inhabitants thereof, and the laws are not instituted. So the nutrients that you get, even in the foods, even when you go to the market or the supermarket, it's not as nutrient dense as it should be because they're not following the Lord's instructions, man. Okay, all right, and because the Lord had a land Sabbath, so we're gonna go into that and get a couple more scriptures, and we're just gonna close, not make it too long. Leviticus 25 verse 1, and the Lord spake unto Moses in Mount Sinai, saying, all right, speak unto the children of Israel, and say unto them, when ye come into the land which I give you, and that land is what? The land of Canaan, man. All right, Israel, Jerusalem, city of peace. There's no peace there at the moment because we ain't in that land yet, man. Yahawah's not come back. Okay, when he comes back and he puts us, the ones Lord willing, we're off that number, the elect, and he puts us back in that land. All right, the nations will not have war anymore. All right, then shall the land keep a Sabbath unto the Lord. So there's an actual land Sabbath. And one of the good examples of this land Sabbath, all right, was the tribe of Gad. All right. So-called Native Americans, man. All right. The tribe of Gad, man. Okay. You put the tribe of Gad in on what's it called, on YouTube, you get all kinds of madness. But now the truth is coming out, man. And the tribe of Gad is who? The Native Americans. All right, and they followed this land Sabbath. That's why they had something called teepees, man. Okay. All right, which are small little tabernacles. Okay, a tabernacle is a house, man. All right, so it shows you that when they got to the Americas in the beginning, they were keeping those laws, but they fell away from it, man, badly, like all the 12 tribes did. That's why Daniel 9:11 says all Israel transgressed the law. All right, and that's why they were nomadic. Okay, that's the reason why they were nomadic, because they followed the land Sabbath, man, which we're getting into now. All right. Leviticus 25 verse 2. Speak unto the children of Israel, when they come into the land which I give you, then shall the land keep a Sabbath unto the Lord. Okay, and Sabbath is what? Rest, man. It's like when it tells you in Genesis, when Yahawah and the Elohim, the powers, all right, God gave them the blueprint and they made the earth, man. And it said on the seventh day they rested. Really, that was 7,000 years. All right, God's time and our time is totally different. Okay, but it said on the seventh they rested, man. Okay, so the Lord is he does things spiritually in numbers, man. Okay, verse 3: 6 years thou shalt sow the field, and 6 years thou shalt prune thy vineyard, and gather in the fruit thereof. All right, and agriculture was a major commerce, a major what's the word? A major profession, really, because it is a profession, man. You have to know the times, the seasons, the different type of plants. You know, you can't just be any old Jack and Jill and say, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna put this in the earth and just put water on it and let it grow." No, you have to understand. A farmer is, and it's hard work, man. Okay, all right. Verse 4. But in the seventh year shall be a Sabbath of rest unto the land. All right. So you tend that land for 6 years, you grow your crops or whatever. But in the seventh year, all right, you rest, you leave it. And that's not what's happening today, man. All around the world. Not just this man that is on top. All of them, man. You know? The majority of them, but especially in the West, they're just, running the hell out of the land. And it's just like a car, man. The more miles on the clock you have on a car, the more it doesn't function as much. It needs to be serviced. And when you're servicing your car, you take it in. And I know because I've done that recently. They said, "Oh yeah, we have to, you're late for your service, this, that, and the other." I was like, "All right, fair enough." I had to drive the car there to get a taxi back. And then you got two options. You can wait for it, all right, or you can go home. I just went home, man. I took a cab back home, and then they tune up the car, and they replenish it. That's what the earth needs, all right. And the Lord has established that in His law, okay. In the seventh year shall be a Sabbath of rest unto the land, all right. A Sabbath for the Lord, and thou shalt neither sow thy field nor prune thy vineyard. All right, so you have to make that land rest, and that because there's nutrients in the soil. So right now, because of all this commercialism, all right, that's not happening. So we're not really getting the right nutrients from the fruits that we're eating. Some of the fruits have not got seeds in it. Some of them are made in some of them are not picked in due season. It's all off, man. All right, so we have to give our body the best chance that it has, And this is just to show you that how the Lord has organized things, and we're gonna go back to that in the kingdom, man. And we're gonna teach these other nations this as well. All right, because in the kingdom is gonna be our rest. All right, and it's gonna be the other nations' labor, because they've really attacked us without really any provocation, out of pure jealousy that we are God's chosen people, man. Okay, verse 5. And that which groweth of its own accord of thy harvest thou shalt not reap, neither gather grapes of thy vine undressed, for it is a year of rest unto the land. All right, and that makes the soil and the nutrients be replenished, all right. Verse 6. All right, and the Sabbath of the land shall be meat for you, all right, for thee and for thy servant. All right, so if you got people that are under you, if you're a boss, you're a master. All right, you're a lord, because the word lord just means master. All right, okay. So if you got a farm and then you've got people that are under you on the farm, there's a thing called Yellowstone with this Kevin Costner, and he's intermingled with Gad, because his son has got a Gadite woman, and boy, man, it shows you how ruthless they are for the land, and that's how they took it off Gad, man, But Gad was actually following this. That's why they had so-called teepees, man. All right. Okay, so they weren't just savages and all this propaganda, that they put out. All right. For thee and for thy servant and for thy maid and for thy hired servant and for thy stranger that sojourneth with thee. All right, because there's Israelites that are scattered. Not all of our people lived in the nation in the land of Israel, the land of Canaan. All right, we had different captivities. People migrated to other places. We had the Phoenician Empire, which is in North Africa under Hannibal Barca, etc. So imagine if someone from the Phoenician Empire came back, into the land of Canaan, the land of Israel, and so forth. That would be a stranger, man. Okay. All right. So the Sabbath of the land, all right, is very important for nutrients, man, and for that land to rest, and also for who to rest? For who to rest? For your maid, for your servant, for your maid, and for your hired servant, man. Okay? All right? So you let that land rest, man. But not in this place, and not in this society. You know what I mean? It's just plenish. Oh, well, we got these different kind of sprays, and this could, give you artificial soil, and everything should be natural, man. All right? And this is something that I'm learning as well. Going back to the natural ways, the old paths. Okay, verse 7. And thy cattle, and for the beasts that are in thy land. Yeah, so the beasts that you use, like, the cows and all that stuff, the people, the animals that you use to plow the field and stuff like that. It's a rest for them as well. All right. In all, let's see. And for the beast that are in thy land, shall all the increase thereof be meat. All right. So when you let that land rest, all right, for that 1 year, and then after that 1 year, hey, you've got a beautiful vineyard, man. So it's balanced, it's beautiful. Okay, but because that's not instituted right now, we ain't getting the nutrients we have. So that's why supplements is very important, man. I mean, even me, I get what's it called, parsley. Now people say, oh yeah, parsley, you just put it on your food to season, like if you have lamb or whatever. But parsley is very good for your liver, man. Yeah, I learned that, man. The Lord taught me that. That's right. The Lord taught me that, man. All right. All right. Because the herbs are for what? The service of man. Okay. But also, the Lord has a welfare system as well. You know how people have a welfare system now? All right. The Lord had a welfare system. All right. As well as that land Sabbath. Okay. We're going to go to Leviticus 19:9. And when ye reap the harvest of your land, thou shalt not wholly reap the corners of thy field, neither shalt thou gather the gleanings of thy harvest. Meaning, don't take everything of the harvest, man. All right. Verse 10. Okay. And thou shalt not glean thy vineyard, neither shalt thou gather every grape of thy vineyard. All right. So don't take all of it. All right. Why though? Why? Thou shalt leave them for the poor. So when you had the harvest, right? You would leave. Like a tenth, like how the tithes is a 10% for the poor, man. All right. So the poor and the stranger, the people that are traveling, Israelites, because remember we had different feasts. So if an Israelite came from Ethiopia, from Ethiopia to come to the Passover, things like that, and they're traveling and they spend all their money traveling, they might have just money for traveling, man, and not have much money for eat. So if we actually kept these commandments, it's the Lord's welfare system. You know, they can come and just pick the apples off the tree, pick the pomegranates, you know, all that good stuff. And if we kept the land Sabbath, it would be the nutrients that we got from the fruit would have been absolutely good for the body, man. You know, unlike this shackled chains of darkness that we're in now. Okay, thou shalt leave them for the poor and the stranger. I am the Lord your God. So these are commandments, man. All right, this is not optional. This is commandments, and it reminds me. And the last scripture I'm going to close. That in this truth, especially among the brotherhood, you know, and the few sisters that are in the truth as well, you know, the women that are what's the word, man, being attentive to this word and stuff like that, you know, because the apostle said that there was a woman that was waiting for them to set up camp, and she said she waited there for 2 hours, man. You know, and she was about to go, and then they started setting up, and she asked them questions, you know, and it was mainly about being sin, you know, sin, and you know, she was sincere. Well, I've done videos on a spiritual bank account, wherein the Lord, there's things that you can do that the Lord delights in, and that gives you favor in the Lord's eyes. One of them is to be charitable among this brotherhood, amongst this truth. To be charitable anyway is good because we're at the bottom, man. All right? It doesn't matter if you're Gabbed, Neptali. All right? Our people in Argentina are catching hell. The inflation is 120%. All right? So toilet roll, like a packet of 4 toilet roll over there in Argentina, is something like $12, man. All right, I'm telling you, man, it's incredible. All right, that's why they've elected this madman, the chainsaw guy, and he ain't gonna do nothing. All right, because there's no economic recovery coming. All right, in the scriptures doesn't say that this place is doomed for a great booming economic recovery. See, so that's why this truth stabilizes you. But one of the things you can do is be charitable in this brotherhood. And I'm telling you, man, I've seen it, man. I've seen it. I've seen men in this truth. All right? I've seen men in this truth be very stingy and wicked, man. All right? Very stingy and very wicked. And they're not in this truth no more. All right? That's a warning. That's a warning for me. That's a warning for every brother that is in this truth, man. You can do 200 videos a day, breakdowns through the 9, get perfect and all that stuff. If you are stingy, if you are cold, if you are not helpful, if you are not humble, the Lord is going to get rid of you, man. And I've seen it, man. I've seen it plenty of times, man. All right? I ain't going to mention names. I've seen it, man. You know? And I'm giving you a little testimony. When we first came, we were in we were under Great Millstone, but we had a different camp leader and stuff like that. And there was 2 brothers that were in our camp, man. And there was times where they were actually trying to find jobs, and they just couldn't, man. You know, and there's me broke, overdraft, and all that stuff. But hey, man, we support each other financially. You know, and I look back on that. You know, even though they've gone their way or whatever. And I want to keep that going, man. Do you know what I mean? But you have to be smart. You have to be balanced about it, because money is a defense. You got, make sure that you've got enough. But at the end of the day, you have to be charitable in this brotherhood, man. All right, that's the spirit of Yahawah was very charitable, man. All right, in actions, in words, and in deeds. So 1 Peter 4:7. But the end of all things is at hand. Be ye therefore sober and watch unto prayer. All right. And prayer is very important. You can just do that in your mind. I do that all the time. All right. Verse 8. And above all things, have fervent charity among yourselves. All right? Because if this truth is everything and we are born to do this, then you have to be charitable amongst yourselves, because the world is against us anyway, man. All right? If you're going to die for Yahawah Bashim Yahushai and his word, all right, you have to apply these things into your life, man. All right? And I'm telling you, man, at certain times, I've been pulled to the side by someone and someone in his truth and been reprimanded or been told, what, you've done this and you've done that, privately. And I'm glad that those things happen, because it makes you examine yourself. All right? But this is a commandment, man. Okay? Above all things, have fervent charity among yourselves, for charity shall cover the multitude of sins. And we're in this flesh, and listen, we even in this truth, we sin all the time. Okay? Ain't no one that's in this truth saying that, oh yeah, I don't sin no more. If anyone that says that, they're a liar, man. Verse 9. Use hospitality one to another without grudging. Oh, gosh. This, I have to do this, I have to do that. I have to do this, I have to do that. And sometimes that comes with time. All right? When brothers start to know each other. Sometimes you can go into a camp, you don't know each other. All right? So that's why you have to be patient. Okay? A brother might rub you up the wrong way and stuff like that, etc. But you have to be patient with one another, man. And let it play out. The Lord will reveal. If someone's a demon, the Lord will reveal it. All right? The Lord will reveal it. There's plenty of examples, man. I think, was it GMS Atlanta? I think it was. Years ago, I think it was GMS Atlanta. They had a guy in there, a Benjamite guy. He knew all the scriptures, and he was doing all kinds of wickedness, man. And the brothers in the camp dealt with it for a very long time, and that's one of the only times I saw Apostle Ramla really angry, man. So, boy, man, just let it play out, and be very careful about speaking on a man. Okay? All right? Especially if they're in this truth and teaching what we're teaching, man. Be very careful about that, man. Because you might be offending one of the Lord's little ones. Okay? All right? Verse 10. As every man have received the gift, and this truth is a gift, even so minister the same one to another as good stewards of the manifold grace of God. And grace is a gift. So this truth is a gift. So we have to extend that gift by helping each other, and charity covers a multitude of sins, man. And that's something that needs to be flourished and implemented more in our actions, because it's going to get really rough out here. So to the next one, I'll leave it at that. Shalom.